Let's start the story. At the beginning of the story, we are shown a scene from the year 2008, where a man named One is a very big gangster in Mumbai and recently he had a son. But when he goes to meet his son, his wife Romeo does not let him meet his son. Actually, she said that you are a very big gangster and this poses a threat to my son. Until you completely leave the gangster life, you cannot touch my son. Then, hearing all these things from his wife's mouth, he gives up all the wrongdoings. He leaves all his money, bungalow, and wealth behind and goes to jail, becoming a normal man. After which, the story moves to the present. In the year 2000, where KK's son Vihan is seen, who had now turned 17 years old, and they used to live with their family along with Vihan. He has now finished his college, and next week there is a vacation at his college, for which he tells his mother Ramia that dad will definitely come. If he doesn't, I will forget that I have a father. Ramia starts explaining to Vihan. Dad is currently very busy with business, but he will definitely come back in 3 months. At which point Vihan leaves in anger, and we find out that Nia has kept the 111 gangster thing hidden from Vihan. She has always told Vihan that his dad is a very big businessman. After that, we are shown a scene of the jail, where one prisoner is planning to escape and along with him, other prisoners were also about to escape. Just then, one enters and beats them all up. Then he locks them in their cells. In other words, One has completely changed in 17 years and his sentence will end in 3 months, and he will be released from prison. Thinking about this makes him happy. On the other hand, we see Vihan sitting with a girl. This girl's name is Nitya, and she is Vihan's girlfriend, Nitya. Nitya asks Vihan if his father will come to the convocation this time, to which he says that yes, he will definitely come. Romeo's father, Prabhu, calls One and tells him that your son has high expectations of you. He wants you to come to his convocation, so can you come? To which he says, no, I can't come right now. It will take me 3 months to be released. I won't be able to do anything before that. Then we talk for 2 days, see where the convocation starts, but Naik does not come. Vihan gets very angry at this and says, is money everything for my father? Doesn't family matter to him? And he tells his grandfather to make him talk to his father immediately. Then he makes a video call to One, and One, having changed his appearance in jail to look like a businessman, used his son. Then he says in such a way that next week night, if you don't come to me, I won't consider you my father. Hearing his son's words here, 11 becomes quite sad and he immediately goes to the jailer. He says that I have to meet my son next week, but if you want, you can help me. Then, seeing Ak's good behavior, the jailer gets him released from jail. Now, hearing the news of One's release, all the gangsters in Mumbai become alert. He first goes to meet his wife Ramia and had returned after 17 years. He had also left all the wrongdoings, which makes Ramia very happy. After this, they head to the airport. On the other hand, the gangsters in Mumbai find out that One has been released and they surround his car from all sides. Then they say to One that now that you are out, it's time to settle old scores. But One quickly drives away in his car and the gangsters can't do anything. Then upon reaching the airport, Ramya gets out of the car and says that gangsters are still attacking you. Even after serving 17 years in prison, you haven't been able to leave the gangster life. So do one thing. Until you completely leave the gangster life, there is no need to meet my son. Saying this, Ramya goes inside. Now One sits in the car, thinking about something, and then he takes his car to a warehouse. There was a lot of dirt and business stored here. Seeing this, the 11th man, Tyson, says that it seems the old dragon is coming back. Then One says to call all the gangsters in Mumbai to one place. The next day, all the gangsters in Mumbai gather in one place. Then he comes forward and says that I have left all the gangster work and now I want the same from you. That no one should trouble me now. It won't be good for them. One had just said this when he received a call from Ramia, who said that our son Vihan has been kidnapped by someone and it must be the work of one of your enemies. Saying this, she hung up the phone. Now, after hearing this, Kay became very angry. He started asking all the gangsters who had kidnapped his son. Then no one had an answer, and he started beating everyone. Career's brother called and informed that Vihan has been found. Then the police have arrested him. You should come to Spain quickly. Then Tyson says, I have done many wrong things in my life, but now I have reformed, and now my son is paying the price for all of it. After which we see a man named Johnny, who was quite a big gangster, and he is partying with girls on the ship. Over there, we see one who goes to meet Vihan in jail and asks, Am I responsible for your condition? Tell me, because I know you don't take drugs. Now, under pressure, Vihan tells one that he is in love with Nitya, and when mom went to Mumbai for the elders' planning, Nitya and one went to the draw here. On the way, we encountered some gangsters who killed Nitya in front of me and gave me drugs. After that, I don't remember anything. I tell everything to my father. You are also a gangster and you won't let anything happen to me. On which one says, yes, I am a gangster, but I have left that life. Then, to find out about those gangsters, after a little investigation, gangster, on whom they say he kidnapped his son at the behest of the Docks gang. Then Ak's friend tells about the Docks gang. These people are involved in money laundering in Spain, and the Spanish government is quite troubled in trying to catch their members. The leader of this gang is Pablo, and this gang keeps the illegal money of European gangsters in a secret place that is as secure as a bank. And Pap's right-hand man is Yanni, who kidnapped Vian. Then in the next scene, one reaches the same club which was their illegal bank. At that time, there is an assistant to enter the club. So one starts talking, saying, why did you trap my son? How much money do you need? I will bring it to you. Just get my son out of jail. Then the assistant says that when you came, I thought you would hit me, but you are begging in front of me. Then the assistant calls Johnny and tells him everything, and Johnny requests photos of 11. Now, when the assistant sends the 11 photos to Johnny, Johnny sends the photos to the Spin Gangsters group. Then, as they see the photo of 11 in the gangster group, several people leave the group saying 11. Seeing this, Johnny is also surprised that he is not an ordinary man. Then Johnny calls his assistant and says, who on earth is this man? After all, the assistant says, oh, he's just a normal man who has come to save his child. Although Johnny says to send him here anyway. I'll see when I come. But Johnny's assistant was still greedy. He thinks to take some money first, then send him again. Then he tells one that Johnny has said to deposit money into his bank too, and he will get your son released. Then, after taking the account number, within a few minutes, one empties the entire bank, which leaves the assistant stunned. At that moment, Johnny calls the assistant and tells him to finish one right there. Then the fight begins, which was overwhelming him, and then he blows up everything with bombs. But the bank lockers were still intact, and bombs were placed in all of one's lockers. Seeing this, Johnny becomes distressed and says, if you do anything to the lockers, Papa will kill me. You want your son, right? I will risk my life to bring your son back. Now all these things were being discussed on their video call, and here Johnny had realized how much of a man one is. Then he asks, tell me, why did you trouble my son? And what is the enmity from your side? He also said that I know you are not one but two. And here a big test is revealed for one. Actually, Johnny had another brother, and they were twins. Johnny's other brother is named Jamie, who was a cycle type of person, who didn't think much before killing someone, but G never came in front of anyone. At K's request, Johnny brings Jamie on the video call as well. I know you're a big gangster, but my enmity is not with you. Rather, my enmity is with your wife. Then we are shown, in which Jeannie was intoxicated, and he also murdered a girl. At that time, I went in front of Jeannie pretending to be his mother and recorded his confession from his mouth. Then she uses that recording to get him jailed, after which he goes to jail. However, after getting out of jail, he does not forget his revenge and traps Ramya's son Bihan in a case. Here we also learn that Johnny worked only for money. But Jamie was not interested in money. He only wanted to take his revenge. then both. Either you can save your or the bank. So Johnny says I have to save this bank. He says that he wants to save his men, and this leads to an argument between the two. Meanwhile, one laughs and leaves after causing a blast there. Now, the next day, the Spanish gangster pal arrives and tells G and Jane that you have wasted my money. I want all my money back in 1 week, and I also want one death. If you both don't do this, I will kill you. Upon hearing this, the two brothers plan to destroy the family. Meanwhile, Romeo is telling her son that I will get you out of this soon. While leaving, Romeo's father informs Vihan that Romeo cannot get you out of jail. Only your father can get you out of jail. Then in the next scene, the gangsters called and asked about one. Then we are shown a small flashback again, in which he had worked with quite big gangsters and went to jail at his wife's behest. After 17 years, he came to meet his son, leaving behind the gangster life. But Johnny kidnapped his son and ruined the whole game. At that point, the gangster gives Johnny only one piece of advice: apologize to one and get his son out of jail. On the other hand, along with Vihan's case, Nitya's murder case is also added against him. And as soon as the murder case is filed, he is shifted from the normal jail to the central jail. Then Jamie calls his gang and tells them that when Vihan is being shifted to another jail, they should finish him off on the way. And then he also sends another gang to kill Ramya. He calls Johnny and says that tomorrow both your son and your wife will die. So think about how you will save them. Then in the next scene, we see that the gang that was going to kill Ramya had reached, which was being controlled by a girl named Simran. Then Simran calls Kay and says that I had received the order to kill your wife. But when I found out that she is the wife of Red Dragon, all my courage vanished. And don't worry, your wife is safe with me. On the other hand, while transferring Bayan to another jail, the Janki gang members fire at the van on the way, and Vihan thinks that his death is certain. Just then, 1K arrives, eliminates the Jamki gang, and safely escorts Vihan to the other jail. Now, seeing this, Johnny and Jam understood that they couldn't harm 1K in any way, and if they stayed there, their death was certain, so they started to escape by boarding the ship. However, Silwin informs 1K about this. Now one also reaches the same ship, where upon entering he sees that Nitya and Jane are dancing with each other, meaning Nitya was not dead. Actually, Nitya and Jamie have been in love with each other for quite some time, and to take revenge on Ramya, Jamie trapped Vihan through Nitya. Then he becomes happy upon seeing Nitya, because now he will present Nitya in court and get Vihan released from jail, as Jamie takes Nitya from there and locks them up in one place. After which, she comes to her son and says that whatever is happening to my son is happening because of you. Do one thing, go away from our lives and I will save my son myself. This is how Ramya schools a lot. After hearing all these things from Ramya's mouth, one becomes sad and leaves directly for the airport. That means he was really leaving Ramya now. Over there, one reaches the place where mother had locked up Nitya and Jamie, and he frees them and starts to escape from there. At that moment, Ramya arrives and seeing her, Jamie says, "Madam, do you recognize me? I am the one whose words you recorded to get me punished. And now you see, I will ensure the same fate for your son." After saying this, Jamie shoots Ramya and the bullet hits her shoulder. But then Ramya's brother arrives. After this, Nitya, Jamie and Johnny start to run away. Just then, Nitya and Jamie were about to fall off the building and Johnny catches them. Although Johnny was unable to lift both of their weights, in order to save Jenny, Johnny shoots Nitya and Nitya falls into the water. On the other hand, Rama is in the hospital and calls 11, saying, "I have made a very big mistake. You were made a one for your son. But now you will have to become the Red Dragon for your son again." Meanwhile, Jamie and Johnny are on their way and planning to kill Vihan in jail. At that moment, someone starts following their car and brutally beats them after pulling them out of the car. Then he is about to finish them off. Just then, Papa sends his gang to kill him. The gang surrounds him, and he quietly goes and sits in his car. He then presses a button in his car, which releases a lot of weapons from his car, and he fires at the people, wiping out the entire gang. Then he brings Jamie and Johnny into the car. On the other hand, A gang comes to the jail with sharp weapons to kill Vihan. But Make was already present there, who kills those people and saves Vihan. He takes Johnny and Jamie to court and says that they have falsely implicated my son in a case and makes them confess. Then, when Vihan's history is checked and no case is found against him, he is released by the judge. Then we are shown a scene 6 months later where Jamie and Johnny are being shifted to another prison. At that moment, Jamie's men attack with a rocket launcher and Jamie and Johnny start to escape from there. But then one arrives there and says that I send you to jail to reform, but you are escaping from jail again. Saying this, he shoots them both dead. This is where the movie ends.